Hi, hello, welcome. And this is part 9 of the Add Type to Enquire series. And this was supposed to be a live stream, but there's some connection issues. So instead, this is recorded and it will be uploaded when you guys see this. But it's the same. Without further ado, let's get going. So here it is. From part 8, we were able to clean up I think the Boolean prompt a little bit. So then afterwards, I go ahead and do a little bit more cleanup to the type. And so before I start, let's talk a little bit about what I have just changed. So one of the things is I reorganize the type a little bit to put the question back under the basic prompt namespace, so that when it is used, the user only need to import the prompt uh, class and then use the namespace underneath it. And then another benefit is the each type, each subtype, like say this Boolean prompt and the number prompt and so on, if they have their own question, they will be also organize it under there. And it's the same as the autocomplete, the one that actually that's the one that we work on in the last week streaming. So I did the same for the Boolean prompt and the number prompt, and then also organize the type a little bit, so that now at the beginning, this is the enquirer class information, and then there are a bunch of basic types or helper types, and this I might put it somewhere else also in the down the road, but right now it's there. And then I put the basic prompts together next, and these are the prompt class, and then the 5 basic types that extends from it: the Boolean, number, and then a string, array, and off. And then after that is the built-in prompts, the autocomplete, and all the others corresponding to the additional prompts under this prompts folder. So these types, the basic types prompts is under here inside the built-in, and then no, I mean inside the basic one, and then the built-in is for these additional prompts. Okay, so I'll continue this and finish up the built-in prompts by inverting the way it is defined. So instead of like what it has in the source code, putting on the types, I'm going to put it up so that the most common way to use it is placed on the outside, and then has the namespace associated with it. Prompts, and so the types would be go underneath it. All right, so this will go inside here. This will be the string prompts, and then don't have any string question, but we're going to pull this in here. this will be okay. So then the next one is off. So this will be straightforward. Right now, there's nothing there yet. So we just finish up the reorg. And the last one is this array prompt. Okay. It will be default to string. So I'll over here, this I will need to take a look at it again. But let's fix the problem first. Now, these don't need to be like that anymore. And so over here, since it is array, we don't know what's the input type. So has to be like that. And then the question is over here, does it have any additional stuff? So we first try to do it like this, and this is fine. Okay, and then the next things what I'm going to do is to expand the tests, and then try to figure out the if we can induce the type. Okay, so but right now so far so good over here. Right, so since this is the way that we will be organizing the code, so I'm tempted, well, to do the same thing to finish up the cleanup first before I move on to solve the problem. Because if not, when I look at it, it will be confusing. So we have done the basic prompts, and then so now let's deal with the built-ins. Hold on, this prompts. Oh yeah, yeah. This is the inside. So what I'm going to do is to get this to the top. Okay, so this is done, and then for this I'm just going to keep the same order, meaning alphabetically. So the change itself is pretty straightforward. Just, just convert the order. And then I'm also going to put them together. Get the whole thing. Right, and just very little nitpicking. Get the type before the const, then separate them so it's easier to read. Okay, so now these for now it's okay. I can keep them like this. Well, actually, yeah. Let me get them to where they belong. Right. So putting it next together, so if new types are added, then they just add at the same place, right? Because the way that it will be exposed, I believe will be, I would assume will be the same. All right, like that. So each of them has the namespace organized like this. This looks good. So the string prompt doing this. As I see this, I'm going to put that in or type question. To put this over here. And I will deal with the inside the type later on. Right now, just clean them up. Right. The others are fine. And then this is the old stuff. So the organization is done. And this is fine. So let's check that in. Okay, just not going to say much. Reorganize the types. So now let's take a look, see if all of this is using the questions in a new way. So this is not mentioning that. So this is still doing this, which we will be look into. But before that, let's take a look one more time at the basic prompt types. Okay. So we have the question, we have the base question. That's fine. And this allows you to be of any types. And then this thing, it should be default to string. To just make it a sensible default value. And then now, to further improve on this, one of the problem we have is that the test were how do I put it? Not that sufficient. So if we run coverage, we need to fix this. Let's fix that first. Run this running Mocha, and then that, I believe. There's some problem. For whatever reason, we didn't catch this when we were running tests. Let's take a look. Oh, well, it's there. So let's fix this. This is the base prompt, and it has a value, and the number is not assigned. That is not assigned to. Okay. All right. Because we default it to string. Right. So now, I think it's actually a good place to work on some more interesting concepts. So we have this question, and here. So we have the value t. So when we have this value t, if we don't have it, yeah, that's okay. But if we have it, then we should able to infer the type t based on this. So we need to figure out how to do that. For one is here, we are not doing it right. So getting the answer, and then this set it default to string, and then this also do a t, type t. Okay, So now if this is a number, this will be a number, right? Because of that. Let's see. Yep, the number is still fixed over here. And then this test prompt, we need to set it to any. Right, so now this will be fine. Although over here the test will kind of miss it. So the thing is now for the test, do we really need this? Right, in the original code in the JavaScript it does this, but now as we switch over, if we declare the type like this, we will lose the ability to detect what the answer type to be. Right, so let's change this and make this a local variable. So with that, the problem goes away. So we can see that this is full, is even this value full, which kind of not the way we wanted it. That's not what we want. So we need to figure out a way to make sure that it widen correctly. The answer definitely can be anything. And these, if the caller, this function is properly typed, then this will show that as an error. Is there a way for me to ensure it's widened properly? That's kind of interesting. I actually did not expect it to be narrowed down to the string literal full. It's doing a little bit too much. This is doing a little bit too much. I can't think of a solution right now. Well, maybe probably because it's late at night. So I will keep it as is for now. This is definitely heading the right direction, right? The type are properly well inferred. So I'll keep it like that. And let's take a look at the coverage. Make sure that it is working now. All right. So let's get back to the original coverage we have, which is expected. We haven't really changed anything. We just convert all the tests to TypeScript. So over here, when you look at the type, the Boolean is actually 100%, which is good. but coverage 100% doesn't mean that it cover every case. But we'll leave it like that for now, likely, unless when I get into details, we'll see something else, because there are a lot more other things that we can look into. For example, the number class or the of and the array. So let's take a look at the number, right, which were not covered, 36 to 37. This is go through the next. Yeah, it definitely it will be something weird. Before that, wrong key. All right. So let's take a look at this. So from the description, it actually has this header, message, footer. So let's actually add the test. Footer to configure to config display. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing. Instead of doing this, put that in there. Although in this case doesn't really matter, because the number prompt is not generic, but well, it's better to just keep them in this case, because we are written in TypeScript now. This should be, we can do things like this. So you can see we are missing the header. So where the header should be placed, I guess it should be in the base class instead of where we just saw over here. However, let me take a look at. Nope. So it does not have an example for the base prompt in the from the README. But we'll do this check. Ignore function. So the header cannot be a function. This ignore function is for the field setting the options, doing a merge. But the as a property, it is fine. And then this element header footer. Header, what does it mean? Option header with state or symbol. So here, that's where it will get the header from this get option. So the header is definitely here, definitely in use in the base prompt. So that's where I'm going to add it. So because it's a common type, just like here, so it will be placed over here, and then so as the footer. Okay. So now this is good. I'm not going to deal with this yet. Still, we're going to focus on these. Okay, this is the very top usage of it. It can supply a name, of course. We already know that, right? And then when that is the case, what does the name do? What's the purpose? Because this, it is definitely not in use. So this example is actually a little bit misleading because I know it is used in this case, right? It is used in this case so that the response is a record, right? It's an object literal, and with this as the key, but it is not really being used here. Right? It doesn't hurt that you add it in, but it really doesn't do anything. So should I do anything about it? I feel like I should, right? Because it's at the end, it's about usage, about how to make it better and cleaner when we're using it. However, if I change that, right? If I change that, it would definitely be a breaking change. Because originally or currently, even though there's vastly insufficient the existing typing is, it allow you to have this. Actually, no. Let me take it back. Let me actually open the test folder. So here we got the enquirer in here. So over here, that's all you get, right? And then if you do this, also that's all you get. It is a class. and then you can prompt register and use, and in the prompt, that's where you can specify the name, right? It can be anything over here, but it doesn't really expose the inner thing, the number prompt and all that to you, right? So const p equals to new prompt, and over here you can put in the name, right, like that. So what I'm breaking, if I'm going to make change, is breaking it over here. So some people might use this and specify a name, although hold on a second. Prompt option is missing the following type from type short prompt option, type and message. Type, my guess is input. Message is something. So now that is okay. I'm not worried about this at all for now. There's no on function, so I cannot simulate it. Expect prompt to have a custom render method because this is a base class. So that shows, well, no one is, at least if they are written in TypeScript, no one is going to use this because it's not really usable. Of course, you can extend the custom type and all that, and even when you do that, in typical usage, you're not going to use the prompt like this, right? The typical usage, what you're going to do is doing this, right? Or maybe doing this. And then, so here, that's where you put in the type input, and then message, and then I guess it wants you to put in a name. Yep. Guess it forces you to put a name. ENSW is not defined. What do you mean? Import AN, what? Okay, I don't expect it to work, by the way, in Quokka, because this is a command line thing. But I want to just run this, to at least see some quick error. So I guess I can do this. Can I do this? I'm not sure. I rarely do things like this myself. Can I find module TypeScript? Oh, seems like I can. right? Like this. That's how you normally use it, right? You're not going to, the prompts, the class, all those things is really for creating a custom prompts. So then the question is, if you're going to create a custom prompts, right? So now I'm going to define the class custom extend prompt, and then write a whole bunch of things for it, and then when I'm using it, I will say register, and then over here I say type is custom, and then this I have to supply a render function, and return customly rendered. Now like that. Okay, just do it like that. Prototype. It's because of this thing. The error that I was discovered. Construct without new. I don't think you create this. This doesn't make sense, right? Make this a function. How about? Nope. So you can see it doesn't work in TypeScript at least. This doesn't, the custom registration, all this stuff, the current code base doesn't work in TypeScript, and I'm guessing also in Babel. Although I don't do Babel myself. I'm still, I'm a complete newbie in when using Babel, but maybe I'll give that a try in the when I'm off recording. But either way, for now, it seems like when enquirer is used in TypeScript, you can't really create custom prompts. At least not through this kind of registration process. Let's take a look. Let's take a quick look. This is index ask new custom. Can I get to that code? This is actually, well, trying to call new, right? So let's take a look. What did I get? Function custom. How does it get set? Just start prototype. Let's print this out. It's false. It's an empty object. Oh. Okay. Well, let's take a look. If I'm doing this, will that change anything? My guess is no. Oh, it does. It does. So this is a instance of the prompt class. So it will just set the fn itself, which is this custom. But if that is the case, why this is still saying cannot be invoked without new? Because that's, to me, seems like that's what it is doing. Right? This is a interesting behavior because this is true. So this is passing it in over here, and so that's what I'm getting over here. So I am getting the custom. So let me change one more thing. I don't think this matter, but because the thing is, because this is already returning true. I don't think this matter. Huh? No. Why does it do that? This is in 2015. Okay. And then this is saying it's missing console. Well, not really DOM. I'm in Node.js. Let me just do the right thing. Okay, so we are back to this. It's still complaining with the same thing. Why it is doing that? I don't know. Let's just double check. It's kind of weird that if this work. Cannot be invoked without new. I don't know why it is doing that. If anyone watching this video knows what happened, let me know. Let me know in the comment or ping me in in GitHub, wherever in the in this repository. I would love to know. At the same time, well, I probably will post this question somewhere in the either in the TypeScript or in Stack Overflow or in the GitHub. And so if you're interested to know why I'm seeing this, yeah, go check it out. Anyway, is this video has been running for about an hour, so I will call it an end. And what have we done so far inside in this video? Well, we clean up the types, clean up the ordering. We work the order, the relationship between the types and prompts versus the top level, and to flip it and reorganize all that to make it a little bit nicer. And then we tuck the question types inside the corresponding prompts so that the organization is a little bit better also. And then we're trying to start adding tests and to figure out what are we missing, and then try to add the property at the right place. And then at the end, we try to determine should I make any kind of breaking change, or what does it mean by breaking change, right? So I have a pretty good idea what's going to happen, because well, seems like no one can use this or in TypeScript. Well, of course, you can use in TypeScript for the basic behavior, but not for when you're trying to extend prompts and do something more fancy about it. So we will take a look at this and get to the bottom of this, and then go back to the adding the types and adding the test in the next video. So hope you enjoyed this, and I definitely love doing this. And if you have any suggestion, or feel free to add it in the comment. And if you like it, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, so I will try to do this more often. And also there's a lot of other things I would like to share about some tips and tutorial kind of video. And so if you are interested in those, also any topics you want to know, let me know, and I will try to get it up and share it with you. All right, and have a nice one, and we will see you in the next video. Bye bye.